Hey everybody, this is Linda Kurtz from the Smart Meter Education Network, and I cannot tell you how thrilled I am that we finally have a bill that would allow us to opt out of the smart meters, and it is getting a hearing in the Energy Policy Committee. As a lot of you know, that was something that was very, very difficult to do last year. We were not able to get it through. We've got a new committee chair. He is actually the sponsor of the bill. We've got co-sponsors from across the political spectrum. I am thrilled to let you know that my state representative, Adam Zemke, is one of the co-sponsors of the bill. Now, this is going to be a bit of an unpolished video. I just wanted to get something out to all of you who are less inclined to read things and more inclined to perhaps watch a video. So hopefully this is going to look all right. One of the things that you need to know is that getting a bill through is a long process. It does not mean that you yourself are going to have to do tons and tons of work, although I really encourage that you get more involved. I really need some help. There's a lot of things that would, could, and should be done if the work were parceled out amongst more people. Anyway, getting back to the bill, what happens is the bill is in committee. Right now there are hearings. If the legislators who make up that committee are convinced that the bill is something worth putting out to the House floor, they will vote to pass it on to the House floor. Now, we'd like to see that happen. There's 25 committee members. We'd like to see that happen with a large majority of the committee. We don't want to see a 13-12 type of vote. It is very important for a number of reasons that everyone who can get up to Lansing and attend the next hearing, which is on March 7th at 9 o'clock in the morning. It runs from 9 to 10:30. The reason to go is that numbers really and truly make a difference. There were about 200 people at the last hearing. That is fantastic on such incredibly short notice as we had. So we would like to see 400 people at this next hearing. That is going to blow these state representatives away. Legislators talk to each other, so when this is really hard to do without somebody to look at. You guys wouldn't believe how difficult this is. A little breakup in the video here. So the more people that go there, the more effect we're going to have. Whether you can go or whether you can't go, writing to the committee and writing to your state senator and your state representative is very important. Again, numbers matter, what you say matters. Most of the legislators are uneducated about this issue or misinformed, and we have 42 new state representatives this year. That's about a third of the total number of representatives in our Michigan House. So these guys need to understand what the smart meters are about, how people are suffering, that people want choice, the concerns for safety, the concerns for privacy, the concerns to have a right to choose what is on your own home. You can watch the video of the hearings. You will see where Representative Glenn's emphasis is on the bill. He is particularly concerned about personal property rights. Hopefully, that is something that sells with every legislator. But these people need to know, in addition, the terrible suffering that some of us are experiencing because of these smart meters. This does not need to be washed under the rug. The other thing is that anyone who has been shut off, and some people have been shut off by DTE and by Consumers Energy, all of you need to recount your story. DTE claims that there is very little opposition. They claim that they have taken very little action against people. I know that some of you have had DTE vans sitting outside your home for a week or more at a time. The legislators need to hear that. We got some press coverage on this issue. You can look for the Channel 7 press coverage. You can look in the Detroit News. I urge you to write to any news outlets that you are able about this. So let's see what else I want to talk with you all about here. Sorry, this is not a polished video. I apologize for that. Yeah, this bill is basically it. We don't know if it will pass the Senate, if it does pass the House. What we got to do right now is we got to work hard on the House, and we have to educate our senators both, because people need time to digest this information and to begin to understand the issue. There are only 32, I believe, senators in the Michigan Senate. That's not a lot of people. And on top of all this, we need to get a 2/3 vote in the House and in the Senate, because there is a possibility that Governor Snyder will veto the bill. We don't know that, but we have to be prepared for that. If the bill weren't to pass in this legislative session, which is this year through the end of next year, then we would do everything we can to reintroduce it. There will be a new contingent of senators then, because many of them are term limited out. What we want to do is get this bill through now. We've got momentum. We've got legislators who are very, very committed to it. In the newsletter, I give you some advice on how to say what you say. Make sure that when you are submitting your comments, you have a paragraph at the beginning that's a summary of what you want to say, because these guys are very busy people, and they, in general, don't have the time to read through things that are long. Now, if you catch their attention in your first paragraph, they might. It is very important that everything be on the record. So don't let this comment of mine dissuade you from writing down everything that is important about your health, about your privacy, about how DTE or Consumers Energy or any other company has harassed or bullied you. But make sure, just like what the newspapers do, get that first paragraph in that catches their attention and sums up what you say. The best way to do that usually is you write everything you have to say, and then you go back and you read it through, maybe even leave it for a day, even if it's short, and then you write that summary paragraph, because we all gotta give everybody all the facts and all the information, because it matters to us and it should matter to them as well. So that is the thing. The other thing that I would emphasize is that you think of yourself as an educator. You are here to educate people about the harm of these meters from whatever point of view you see that harm is coming from, and probably from multiple points of view. Most people still don't believe that there are health effects from the smart meters. So all of you who are being made sick by these meters, you need to get the information in. Any of you that have had flickering lights, have had your appliances, your water heaters, your computers, your TVs, your stoves, whatever it might be, burn out, you need to bring that to their attention. We really need to get the word out more. A lot of people on our newsletter list are not opening the newsletter. Many people aren't aware that they're getting it. So I would really like to have some volunteers who would help to make phone calls. I'm so appreciative to the many of you who have really stuck with this, who have been writing to your legislators, who have been dealing with DTE Energy, who have been informing your friends, informing your neighbors, informing your families. Keep doing it. Don't stop. every time we have a critical action alert, please take action. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye.